to the masterclass of soups. Today we're going to talk about everyday recipes of soups that all can enjoy. They're easy to make and, more importantly, simply delicious. The first one we're going to talk about today is minestrone. This one is a very popular soup with good reason, and the reason is because it's got lots of fresh ingredients. Now, have a look here. I've got some olive oil. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 onions chopped, of course, half a small green or Savoy cabbage, 2 courgettes chopped again, 2 celery sticks chopped, 2 carrots chopped, 4 large tomatoes peeled, and yes, you guessed it, chopped, 115 grams or 4 ounces of dried haricot beans. They need to be soaked overnight in enough cold water to cover. 1 liter or 2 pints of chicken or vegetable stock, depending on what you prefer. And finally, we're gonna need 115 grams or 4 ounces of dried soup pasta. And let's not forget fresh Parmesan cheese, shavings to garnish, and salt and pepper for some seasoning. And watch me make the most beautiful soup. We are going to start by heating the oil in a large, heavy-based saucepan like so. Now let's pick up the onions we chopped earlier. And okay, we're going to cook them in that low heat, stirring occasionally for 5 minutes or until they're softened enough, okay? Good. Now we're going to add the cabbage, celery, carrots, potatoes, and the tomatoes into our saucepan. In they go, in they go. Cover and cook, stirring occasionally for about 10 minutes. Fast forward 10 minutes. We're going to drain and rinse the beans, then add to the saucepan, okay? Now next, we are going to pour in the stock, bring to the boil, cover and simmer for about 1 to 1.5 hours, or until the beans are tender. We can know how by tasting bean, okay? Alright, now add the soup pasta to the saucepan and cook uncovered for 8 to 10 minutes, or until tender but still firm to bite. Season to taste with salt and pepper, and then add all into warmed bowls. Voila! Looks beautiful, smells delicious, and finally garnish with fresh Parmesan cheese shavings and an extra sprinkling of pepper, and serve. Yum, yum, yum. Next soup we are going to talk about is brown lentil and pasta soup. Vegetarian friendly and very tasty again. For this we need 1 onion chopped, 2 garlic cloves crushed, 2 celery stalks chopped, 50 grams or 1.5 ounces of spaghetti. We're going to break them into small pieces. 400 grams, 14 ounces of canned brown lentils. Remember, we need them drained, okay? Good. 1.2 liters or 2 pints of hot vegetable stock. And finally 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh mint to garnish. Now we're going to place the onion with the garlic and the celery into our frying pan. We need a large one like this. Now, dry fry for 4 to 5 minutes, stirring until the onion is tender. And yes, exactly like that. Now we can add the pasta to the pan and cook, stirring for 1 minute to coat the pasta in the fat. Add the lentils and the stock and bring them to boil. You're going to reduce the heat at this point and simmer for about 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, until pasta is tender but still firm to bite. That's important. Okay, once that's done, we are going to remove the pan from the heat and stir in the chopped fresh mint. Transfer the soup to the warmed soup bowls. This is important. We want to use warm bowls so that our food doesn't go cold quickly. That's an amateur's mistake people make, but you, my students, are no amateurs in this class, so I am confident that you will be giving some great dinner parties with amazing starters for soups. Let's add our garnish of fresh mint, sprigs, and serve immediately. Yum. Next, we're going to look at fresh tomato soup. There's nothing more spectacular than a freshly made tomato soup from homegrown tomatoes. Yumminess in a new level. For this one, we're going to need, once again, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 650 grams of plum tomatoes. You can use any kind, but plum tomatoes seem to work the best. And 1 onion cut into quarters, 1 garlic clove sliced thinly, 1 celery stalk chopped coarsely, 500 milliliters of chicken stock or vegetable stock depending on your preference, 55 grams, 2 ounces of dried annellini or other soup pasta, salt and pepper to season, and fresh flat leaf parsley chopped to garnish. Good. Now what we're going to do is pour the olive oil into a large heavy based saucepan, okay? And let's add our tomatoes, let's add our onion, our garlic and celery. Okay, great. Cover and cook over low heat for 45 minutes. We are going to occasionally shake the pan gently so that the mixture is eventually pulpy. That's what we're trying to achieve. Excellent. Now, once that's done, we are going to transfer the mixture to a food processor or blender and process to a smooth puree. Push the puree through a sieve into a clean saucepan so that we have no lumps. We're looking to have a creamy, smooth tomato soup. Yum. Now, let's add the stock and bring to boil, okay? Then add the pasta, bring back to boil, and we are going to cook about 8 to 10 minutes until the pasta is tender and still firm to bite. That is the trick. Once we have achieved that, we are going to season with salt and pepper to taste. Always taste, taste, taste. Taste along the way. Don't serve any food that you haven't tasted. Master tip, okay? Now ladle into warmed bowls, sprinkle with the parsley, and serve immediately. Very nice. Next is a very green soup. And green soups are healthy soups, right? In this case, right. For this one, we need 2 bunches of watercress. 40 grams of butter. Very healthy, yes. 2 onions, chopped. 225 grams or 8 ounces of potatoes, roughly chopped. 1.2 liters or 2 pints of vegetable stock or water. Salt and pepper to season. Whole nutmeg for grating. And this is optional, you don't have to have it if you don't like nutmeg. But I like nutmeg, so I will include it in this recipe. And finally, 125 milliliters of creme fraiche. Okay. Now, first things first, let's remove the leaves from the stalks of the watercress and set aside. Roughly chop the stalks, okay? Excellent. Melt the butter in a large saucepan over medium heat and add the onion and cook for about 4 to 5 minutes until soft. We do not want to brown it, okay? Good. Now let's add the potato to the pan and mix well with the onions. Let's add the watercress stalks and the stock. We are going to bring this to boil. And reduce the heat and cover and simmer for 15-20 minutes or until the potato is soft, because that's the one that really is hard to cook well. Once the potato is soft, you'll know you're ready. We're going to add the watercress leaves, stir into heat through, remove from the heat and use a handheld stick blender to process the soup until it's very smooth, okay? Actually, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. We can liquidize the soup in a blender and return to the rinse out pan. Reheat and season with salt and pepper to taste. Now is the part I like. A good grating of nutmeg, if you're using it. And a gallop of creme fraiche spooned on top. Yum, yum, yum. Yumminess in a new level. Yes, looks beautiful. Tastes even more glorious. Now, our next soup is a bit more advanced Italian chicken soup. Those of you know me knows how much I love and adore Italian recipes, and we will have another masterclass specifically designed to teach you the best of the Italian food, which is everything they have really. But for this recipe, we want 450 grams of skinless, boneless chicken breast. And we need them cut into thin strips like this here. 1.2 liters, 2 pints of chicken stock, 150 milliliters of double cream. This will be a comfort soup, not a very healthy one. 115 grams of dried vermicelli, salt and pepper, 1 tablespoon of corn flour, 1 tablespoon of milk. Actually, make that 3 tablespoons of milk, 175 grams of canned sweet corn, kernels drained, okay? Okay. Now, we are going to place the chicken in a large saucepan and pour in the chicken stock and the cream. Bring it to boil and then reduce the heat and simmer for, let's say, 20 minutes, Meanwhile, let's bring a large heavy base saucepan of lightly salted water to the boil. Okay, now let's add the pasta and return to the boil. Cook for, let's say, 10-12 minutes. Have to make sure it's just tender, still firm to bite, okay? Yeah, that's crucial. And after that's done, we're going to drain the pasta well and keep it warm. Why? This is why. Because now we're going to season the soup with salt and pepper, like so. Mix the corn flour and milk together until a smooth paste forms. Then stir it into the soup. Add the sweet corn and the pasta and heat through. We're nearly there. Ladle the soup into warmed soup bowls and serve. Bellissimo. For those spicy beef lovers out there, our next recipe is guaranteed to be heavenly. Spicy beef and noodle soup. For this, we need 1 liter of beef stock, 150 milliliters of vegetable or groundnut oil, 85 grams of rice vermicelli noodles, 2 shallots, you want them sliced thinly, 2 garlic cloves, crushed, 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch piece fresh ginger, sliced thinly, okay? 225 grams or 8 ounces of filet steak. We want a good quality, best quality you can get, because you are worth it. Cut them into thin strips. We would like for the spicing 2 tablespoons of Thai green curry paste and 2 tablespoons of Thai soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, and chopped fresh coriander to garnish. It's a delicious dish, very simple to make. First, pour the stock into a large saucepan and bring to boil. Meanwhile, we're going to heat the oil in a wok or large frying pan. Let's add a third of the noodles and cook for 10 to 20 seconds, okay? Or you'll know when they have puffed up. Lift out of the oil and drain on kitchen paper and set aside. Now we have to discard all but 2 tablespoons of the oil. That's all we need. We don't want it very greasy or it will be heavy in our stomach too. Now we're going to add the shallots, garlic, ginger to the wok or the frying pan and stir fry for 1 minute. Let's add the beef, the curry paste and stir fry for a further 2 to 4 minutes until tender. Add the beef mixture, the uncooked noodles, soy sauce, the fish sauce to the pan of stock and simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. Or until the noodles have swelled. We have to serve this hot. You won't be doing it justice. And garnish it with chopped coriander and deserved crispy noodles. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Delicious. We are going to finish today's masterclass in soups with an advanced Thai chicken coconut soup. Another yummy oriental soup that is guaranteed to leave your taste buds tickling. Okay, for this we need 115 grams or 4 ounces of dried noodles, 1.2 liters or 2 pints of chicken or vegetable stock, 1 lemongrass stalk, we need this crushed, a centimeter or half an inch of piece fresh ginger. This needs to be peeled and very, very finely chopped. 2 fresh kaffir lime leaves, essential ingredient of the Thai cuisine, thinly sliced, 1 fresh red chili to taste, deseeded and thinly sliced, 2 skinless and boneless chicken breasts, again thinly sliced, 225 grams or 8 ounces of coconut cream, about 2 tablespoons of Thai fish sauce, about 1 tablespoon of fresh lime juice, 55 grams or 2 ounces of bean sprouts, green part of the 4 spring onions, finely sliced, and fresh coriander leaves to garnish. Yum, yum, yum. Now, first thing first, let's soak the dried noodles in a large bowl with enough lukewarm water to cover for about 20 minutes until it's soft. Or we can cook according to what the packet instructions suggests. Depending on what noodle you use, it's important to check that, okay? Good. Now we have to drain this well and set aside. Meanwhile, let's bring the stock to the boil in a large saucepan over high heat. Okay. Now lower heat and add the lemongrass. There's our ginger. There you go. Lime leaves, chili, and simmer for 5 minutes. Let's add the chicken and continue simmering for a further 3 minutes or until the flesh is poached. Let's stir in the coconut cream and most of the fish sauce and lime juice and continue simmering for 3 minutes. Let's add the beans, sprouts and spring onions and simmer for a further 1 minute. These are maybe difficult to remember, that's why you can take notes. But once you've done it and practiced it, it will come to you like second nature. Okay, now let's taste and gradually add extra fish sauce or lime juice at this point, depending on what you like, okay? And we need to remove and discard the lemongrass stalk. We don't want them in there. It's nasty to get them while you're eating. Okay, now we're going to divide the noodles between the bowls and bring the soup back to the boil. Then add the soup to each bowl, okay? Excellent. The heat of the soup will warm the noodles, so you don't have to worry about that. Finally, let's serve, garnished with coriander leaves. That's it. We are all done. Thank you for attending to the masterclass of soups. These are simple and delicious recipes and very easy to follow recipes, as I said. Don't hesitate to ask me any questions if you have them. If not, I will see you again next time in our next masterclass of cooking. Bye for now. Bye bye.